Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Construction Management for Higher Education. My name is Eric Law with Bentley Systems, and this morning our guest is Javier Castruita from West Valley Mission Community College District. Javier is going to be giving us a presentation on how they're leveraging EADOC's Collaborative Construction Project Management application to manage the bond programs there at West Valley. Javier will be introducing himself and his school here in a minute. He's going to take you through an EADOC overview. He's going to tell you about the college and then give you a live demonstration of the EADOC application, how they're leveraging it. So we thank you guys for joining, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Javier.
Thank you, Eric. Well, hello, everyone. Again, my name is Javier Castruita, the Executive Director for Facilities, Construction, Maintenance, and Operations for the West Valley Mission Community College District. I've been with the district now for 9 years, starting late 2006, and during that time we've had a major construction program here that we've been very excited about, and EADOC has been a part of. So moving on to the next slide here with the EADOC overview. Again, we use EADOC for our capital improvement project. It manages all our projects. Again, as the slide states, it's designed for construction managers, owners, and operators. We're a district, a college district, so it's working out really great for us. It integrates the entire project team, construction manager, architects, inspectors, contractors, special consultants. It is cloud-based, so it works for us. EADOC hosts it. We don't have to go through our servers. And one thing that I liked when I was looking at programs was it's unlimited users. No licenses required for users. So moving on. Again, EADOC features, document management, RFIs, submittals, and I'll show you samples of that later. More importantly for me is the financial controls, financial management. I act as the program manager for bond programs, and this has worked out perfectly for us. It does have risk management module where you can keep track of your CCRs and manage that. And again, collaboration here. It keeps everybody together in one system. Architects, contractors, the district can all be in one area and see all the documents together. Again, here's our logo. Basically, we're a two-college district, West Valley and Mission. The district was established in the mid-'60s, and we're located in Santa Clara County in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're giving you a little bit more information on our colleges. Mission College, again, was established. This is our second college, actually. It was established in the early 70s. And Mission College has 19 buildings with 447,000 gross square feet and 163 acres. And the picture you're seeing here basically is a look at the future of Mission College. It's from our facilities master plan approved in 2009. And that's briefly here showing you is the white buildings are existing buildings. Not shown here is in the middle of this plaza actually currently exists a main building, 3 stories, 240,000 square feet. So the master plan is calling to replace that building with 2 buildings. The Gilmore Center is already complete, and our phase 2 for that is under construction. Once we finish these 2 buildings, that building will be demolished, and we would turn it into a grand plaza for the college. So very exciting program here at Mission College. West Valley College is in the city of Saratoga. This was our first college established in the mid-'60s. Again, we have about 28 buildings. It's a larger campus with 537,000 gross square feet and 143 acres. Again, this is a copy of the site plan from our facilities master plan. Includes new buildings, renovation of some of the major departments. Again, very exciting program for us. And again, we're using EADOC to manage all the projects with it. Types of projects that we've been doing with EADOC managing. Again, new buildings, major renovations, energy-saving projects, and life safety projects. And some examples here. This is our Gilmore Center at Mission College. Again, it's a 3-story, 120,000 square foot building completed in summer of 2014. Here you see a picture of the major renovation of Sorensen Hall, Lecture Hall. Hadn't been touched since 40 years, and we did a complete renovation. Came out beautiful. And each campus, we installed a 1 megawatt, solar system that is producing approximately 25% of our energy at each campus. More examples here on the left. You see the Fox Center at Woods Valley College. Again, this was a new building, 2-story building, 36,000 square feet, completed in 2010. You see major renovation of our science labs here on the right. A new aquatic center that we completed at West Valley in 2008. And here, old HVAC systems that we're going to be replacing with new energy-saving systems. Here's an overview of our construction funding. In 2006, we sold a Measure H local bond program for $235 million. We've been fortunate enough to get $50 million worth of grants from the State Capital Outlay Program. And then in 2012, Measure C passed for us, local bond for $350 million. So EADOC was established, early on in 2007 to manage the Measure H bond program and the State Capital Outlay program. And when the bond passed, our Measure C bond passed in 2012, we continued with them and established another account for our Measure C bond program. So again, life before EADOC. Again, most of you hopefully are involved in construction management, and you probably know some of this. So prior to EADOC, for our bond program, we actually had hired 2 firms. We hired a program management firm to do all the fiscal management, and we hired a construction management firm. So before EADOC, our firm would use large Excel spreadsheets. The program manager used their own financial software in their server. That's how they were doing the financial management. And the drawback that it was not accessible to us, the district personnel, so it was all third party and not working out very well. In program level management, again, same thing. Our program manager was doing all the budgets for our projects, all in Excel spreadsheets, using their own financial software in their servers. And again, the drawback was not accessible to us. And anytime we needed any reports, we had to go to the program manager to give us all the necessary reports, financial reports. Again, risk management was done with large Excel spreadsheets, very cumbersome. So again, before EADOC, as far as sharing and storing technical documents, drawings, I think everybody's familiar with this. Drawings were large-scale drawings with our larger projects. It could be, 100 sheets. Bid documents were bound in 2 large books, and RFI submittals were all paper copies, and they were all stored in large binders. And this is where we ended up at the end of each project. This is what we would end up here. Payment requests, proposals, CCRs would all be stored in binders in large boxes. And all these, very similar to this, are stored in our warehouse, taking up real estate, basically. So very cumbersome. So again, like I mentioned, in 2008, we did start setting up EADOC to manage our program. And here I'm showing you a spreadsheet that what we call our project priority list, which is the basis of setting up EADOC, basically as far as the financials. This is for our Measure C bond program. This simple spreadsheet is board approved and has established all the budgets for our $350 million divided into 3 divisions. District services projects in the amount of $34.6 million. Mission College projects in the amount of $157.7 million. And my spreadsheet got cut out a little bit here, but West Valley College is similar to Mission College with $157.7 million. Now this is board approved with the budget established. If there's going to be any change to a program budget, it has to go back to the board for approval. But again, this is the basis of setting up EADOC for our financial and projects. So moving on, I'll show you how we set up EADOC, and I'll show you a live demonstration later. Again, in the profile module, under divisions, we set up those 3 divisions I was talking about, district services for $34.6 million, Mission College, and West Valley College for a total of $350 million. Moving on the EADOC setup, under the divisions, we have program budgets. So for the district services, we have 7 program budgets. Mission College has 7 programs, and West Valley has 13 programs. Now rolling up and under the programs, we have each program can have 1 or more projects under it. And again, I'll give you a live demonstration later of this. Moving on, as far as setting up EADOC, under each project, we set up all the organizations that are involved on the project, which includes the district, construction manager, architects, inspectors, consultant, on and on. Anyone that has a contract and is involved with a project is set up as an organization. And for us, each organization in EADOC is equal to a vendor in our district financial system. So moving on here to our next slide. Again, users. Again, each organization is set up with all the appropriate users that's going to be involved with the project. And again, the users, as far as the permissions, West Valley has the highest permissions level, followed by our construction management firm. Again, to me, the most important aspect of EADOC is the financial management. So we've set up EADOC to basically mirror our district financial system. So we've created the necessary funding sources in EADOC, and we use it to manage and monitor the funds through our program. It comes in very helpful because our construction management firms and our third-party vendors do not have access to our financial system. So with EADOC, they're able to get into EADOC and manage the financial parts of it. Moving on, I'll give you, here's our list of funds that we use for our Measure C bond program. Measure C was $350 million, divided into 3 series, A, B, and C. We currently have sold A, and B for $250 million. Measure C, we're anticipating selling sometime around 2018. We've carried over $15.7 million from Measure H. We have $750,000 from miscellaneous capital funds. We're using an insurance claim from a track damage, $98,000, and we've received grants from the state for Prop 39 energy saving projects, almost $1 million. And we've also received $1 million worth of water district grants to renovate our Summit Creek at West Valley College. We're working with a total of $368 million right now, with EADOC managing that amount. Again, in EADOC, we've established budget line items for each one of our projects that actually reflects the actual expenditures, such as architect fees, project management, agency fees, construction management fees. And again, I'll show you a live sample of that in one of our projects, the Wellness Center project. And so that's kind of the overview of our PowerPoint. And we're going to go live. And let me, hopefully I can figure this out here. And we are in EADOC. There you go. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to show you EADOC basically here. And what I do is I called my folders or the modules here on the left, and then up here on the top are the tabs for each folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into our profile module. And you can see on my PowerPoint presentation, I went through all these here. So here again, here's the division. And if you look here on the right, We have 3 divisions, just like I did in our PowerPoint. We have District Services, Mission College, and West Valley. And right now we're looking at the Mission College one. You can see the budgets established under this division, $157 million. Again, under each division then, as we move to the right of our tabs, we have programs under each one of those. And again, on the right here, because we are in the Mission College division, here on the right, you see the program budgets that we have established under the Mission College division. And if I press all, it basically will list all the programs. You can see here, District Services, Mission College, and then the West Valley programs. And so each one of these programs has a budget established. What you're seeing here is the budget established for the Wellness Center, $10.4 million, and I'll give you more detail on that when we go into the financial module. So moving on to the right here, each program now has a project that rolls up to each program, and again, you're seeing the Wellness Center, and you can see the budget, line item under it, listed, $10.4 million. And if I go to the right here, you can see if I do program, it lists the project that I'm looking at, or if I go to all, it lists all our projects, and I can go to and drill down. So moving on, each project now will have organizations that are going to be involved in the project. So here you see West Valley. If I go to assign and show you here on the right, these are all the organizations that are now involved in the Wellness Center. You can see it's a lot of organizations, very complicated. And within this tab here, I have the ability to set up permissions for each one of the organizations. And I'm going to go to ours, give you an idea of what it looks like. And so you can see here, these are all the tabs within EADOC. And you can see all the permissions. West Valley basically has everyone checked out. Depending on the type of organization you are, you would have less permissions to be able to view and do things in EADOC, and I'm able to control this. Moving on, each organization then will have users, and again, you see on the right, under assigned, these are all the users that are using EADOC for the Wellness Center. You can see that it's a lot of them, and you can see typically here, if I pick out a name here, Ted Curtis is with DSA School Inspectors. So if I tap him, I have his information here. This is basically, we don't use location, equipment. We basically stop here at users, and that's how we have set up EADOC. And I'm going to go now to what I consider the most important part for us is the financials. Again, we're in the financial module, and again, on the top are all the tabs that are related, summary, funding, budgets, contracts, schedule values, CCRs, contract change requests, change orders, and payment requests. So let's start at the summary. And again, this gives me a summary of the funding budgets for each division, total of $380 million. And so I can drill down from here to district services. And you can see these are my program budgets broken down for district services. You can see the budgets, the contracted amount, the encumbered amount, spend amount. And I can drill down basically for each division. It gives me a summary. I'll do this quickly. Here's Mission College, 7 program budgets, budget, contracted, encumbered. And West Valley College, 13 program budgets, budgeted, contracted, encumbered, and spent. Great overview of my financials here. So moving over funding. You saw in my PowerPoint, I gave you a summary of what we were doing, and here it is in EADOC here again. Measure C $350 million. Measure H, we've actually increased it since our PowerPoint from 15.7 to 16 million. Miscellaneous funds, and again, this gives me a great overview, and I can also drill down by division. Okay, drill down, and this shows you what the district services amounts are. We're at 36.5 million. And I can continue drilling down. This Mission College, 157.2 million, so on and so on. So I'm going to move on to our budget. This is where we get to budget all our projects. This is a high overview of all the budgets that I set up in EADOC, and is budgeted. Our projects are budgeted based on this. And it's kind of very simple, basically. If you follow the logic here, the ones are program level expenditures that impact every project, program management, operating expenses. The twos are expenditures in the preliminary design phase, architect engineering fees for preliminary design, project management, preliminary test, other costs. The threes are working drawing phase, architect fees for working drawings, project management, DSA fees, community college plan check fees, other costs. The fours are hard cost construction costs. See renovation, new construction. Our projects are budgeted very detailed. 5A is a contingency allowance that we put on every project. 6A is construction oversight by our architect. Special test, inspection 7B, 8A is construction management, and A1 is furniture and equipment work. And I'm going to drill down to the Wellness Center to show you how we do it by project now. So I go to Mission College. He's giving you an overview of Mission College budget and the Wellness Center. Here's my program level budget, and then I can drill down to a specific project. Now this program only has one project, but there's programs that have two or more projects. And again, here is the Wellness Center, and you can see the budgets outlined under them, totaling 10.485 million. Gives me a high overview, how much has been encumbered, how much is still available, how much I have spent. So currently we still have 1.4 million available under this project. So moving on to the contracts. Here's a top level view. I'm going to drill down. Mission College. And the Wellness Center. Again, here we enter every contract that's part of our project for the Wellness Center in EADOC. And basically the way we use it is that when we enter a contract in EADOC, it is what we consider a pre-requisition request. Our fiscal manager, Cheryl Ryan, can pick this up from an email alert that there is a contract in EADOC, and she's able to pick it up, and then she will actually do the actual requisition in our financial system to initiate the purchase order for it. So we're using it as a pre-requisition system for our financial management system. So you can see very detailed. I'll give you the detail because every contract we upload certain documents, and I am looking for our general contractor here, which is DL Falk, right here. And so he gives you a summary of that contract, and you can see what we upload. We uploaded the bid proposal that came in. This is the board agenda item that approved it. a copy of the signed agreement, the purchase order, and the board item approval. So this is easily available for us to get that information. So moving on again, in the financials, we have the schedule of values. And again, I'll go to the default one to give you an example. And again, we use this as the schedule of values for the contractor. It is a legal document. When they invoice, they use the schedule of value to invoice, and I'll show you that later on. So moving on, CCRs. Again, we keep track of all the changes in EADOC. I'm going to drill down to the Wellness Center again. And again, we use all the CCRs right here. I drilled down to DL-Falk. As you can see, we already have, at least 100 CCRs, but it is a legal document. I'm going to go to one of them because we do, you can't see it on this one, but it is, I do print real quick here. We print this out and have signature lines on it that's submitted and signed by everyone, and so we actually use that as a legal document. Change orders. We can group then CCRs to create contract change orders. And again, DL-Falk has 5 approved change orders. And again, very similar. The form is a legal document for us. A legal counsel has accepted it. EADOC has set it up for us with signature pages. So once one of these is created, it is printed out. The architect, inspector of record, the construction manager, and the district sign it, and it becomes a legal document. Payment request. Again, we use the actual EADOC payment request as a legal document. All contractors bill in EADOC. Looks like our district internet is slowing down here. Sorry about that. So again, all payment requests. Here's our general contractor. And here's their invoice. You can see the schedule of values. And they completed online. And we have electronic approvals. Our construction manager approves it first, then I approve it. It is then printed out, and it looks just like a payment request. It has signature lines. We get the appropriate signatures, and it's turned into our financial department for payment. So this has been great. As I mentioned earlier, initially, without EADOC, we had hired a program manager to do all the fiscal management. Once we started implementing EADOC, we actually did not renew the program management firm, and we took it over, and EADOC's made it a lot easier. Just quickly, Eric, I'm not sure how time is going. Let me show you other modules up on top here. We get the start module. Okay, in the tabs, you start with the start. It gives you an overview all the activities that's happening. I've had 13 CCRs, 13 contract change proposals. All correspondence is done in EADOC through memos. So you can see a ton of memos are done. Daily logs are logged in. Meeting minutes, construction meeting minutes are all done in EADOC. Nothing is done outside of EADOC. It keeps everything together. Moving on to the next module, work module. Again, all the RFIs are done in EADOC. Contractor submits RFIs, and the architect and construction manager responds in RFI. Submittals, all submittals again are submitted in EADOC. DCM, design clarification memos by the architect, are all done in EADOC. So we've got 21 inspections are logged in EADOC. Moving on to documents. This is something also. Now we upload all our documents, floor plans, specifications, schedules, and we have miscellaneous items. But here again, Wellness Center. Here's the cover sheet, and this is what our rendering looks of the Wellness Center. Again, all kept in one place. We don't have to keep drawings, large-scale drawings. That's very easily accessible to everybody that's in the system. It's got reporting capabilities. I went through the finance already. I went through the profile already. We've got admin. You can create additional folders. Done a lot of that, and it's also what's so great is EADOC has a great support system where you can send in a support request online with each project, and they get back to you immediately with a solution. So this is a summary of the way we use it. Eric, how are we?
Excellent, Javier. Yeah, you're doing great. You're right on schedule. We do have a question from Craig Hansen. When you are assigned an approval request, so when a pay application comes in for approval, and say you forget to do it, how do you get reminders? So email alerts, dashboard alerts, what types of reminders are there available for you?
Good question. Yes, I have. EADOC is set up to send you an email alert on any item that you want. Here's I'm going to go to mine, basically. Okay, I'm in here somewhere. Okay. So here I am right here. So EADOC is set up to give you email alerts. So if there's a financial approval or a change order, I get an email alert that says, here's a request from EADOC, and I'm able to actually see it in my email. And from that email, I get a link that takes me directly to that change order approval form to be able to do the approval. So again, you can control this with the edit button, and you can check or remove any item that you don't need or that you did not want an email alert on.
Excellent. And you can also, Craig, under the alert section, you can set up reminders based on due dates. So like if that pay estimate says it's due at the end of the month, you can set up a reminder that says, hey, if it gets within 2 days of the due date, start giving me a daily email tickler. And until that pay estimate gets approved, it will generate a daily notification to you through email, and you can also do dashboard notifications as well. So with that, folks, what I want to do is go ahead and open it up to questions. What I'm going to do is go ahead and unmute the audience. There are about 30 of you on here, so take your time asking questions.
Hello, everyone.
Feel free to find.
Hello.
Hello. I can start hearing people.
We have one. I'm Drew Taylor. I'm sitting here with Craig Hansen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was just we think we understand some of your definitions, but just want to confirm the your program budget is related to, for example, an envelope of funding for a specific task, such as a major capital project or routine maintenance or safe one, and projects would be the individual pieces of work that you're doing within that program. Is that right?
Correct. So program is kind of maybe a high-level budget placeholder that's fixed, and then I can have, here's a program budget for the Wellness Center, and then I can have several projects basically that is divided. The budget is divided among each maybe 2 or 3 projects that rolls up to the program budget.
Right. Thank you. And within that, can you assign certain people access to certain projects, but not, for example, the entire program? I'm assuming that's something you can do?
Correct. Actually, this is once you get into the project level, it strictly gets into project. And I'm going to do something here. If you can still see my screen, is I can switch projects, and I'm going to show you a drop-down menu where I have access to all the projects. Okay, but if you could be a user that only has one project.
I see.
And
Perfect.
You won't see all the rest.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any more questions from anybody else on the call? Okay. Well,
this is Jonathan Swager with JLS Development Group, Inc., and I'm here with my project manager, Cliff Leftham. I have a question regarding the accessibility on the cloud. Is that a 24-hour accessibility, and is there a certain amount of logins that you can and can't do on a project? And what is the associated cost for the subs that are involved with EADOCs? Or is it get a billing primarily to the primary user, and then we're allocated a certain amount of time per month, or how does the fee schedule work for using the EADOC system with a project development?
Mm-hmm.
So Eric, let me just the district actually, is in contract with EADOC for the entire program, and there is no cost at all to anybody else, to any organization or to another user. It's all under the district. As I mentioned in the PowerPoint, it's unlimited users, and login is 24/7. Believe me, I've been caught approving some change orders or payment requests late in the evening at home, watching TV.
Right.
So it's very convenient. So Eric, if you want to add to it.
And as Javier mentioned, it's unlimited users as many times as they need to log in. It's a fixed fee based on, so for Javier, it's based on the construction value of his program and the duration of the programs. So we use those two to calculate the contract. So I believe right now we're in the middle of, I think it's a 5-year contract, right, Javier, for this current program?
Correct. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, here's the Wellness Center, and here's kind of the organizational structure.
Okay.
You can see EADOC, there are support, and then the district is the highest level, and then Gilbane is the next level, and basically everybody else rolls up to Gilbane. Here you can see Dale Falk, who's the architect, K2A. Here's their subs. K2A rolls up to Gilbane. Here's Dale Falk. Here's some of their subs. And so here's basically the organizational structure that we've used.
That's great, Javier. My question then is back to Eric. The project cost and the duration is how you set the fees for using the EADOC system. Now, is that a percentage? Do we have a base percentage, or does EADOC bid that out? Is that per project base?
So you can do it either per project, or you could do it across a whole program. So, for example, Javier, he's done his on his whole program. So they've got 5 years, and I think they're going to do like 70 projects across that 5-year period. And the percentage is based on the dollars. So the percentage decreases as the dollars increase. So the percentage you pay for a $500 million bond program is going to be less than you would pay, say, for a single $25 million project.
Right. Our project is right at that level, Eric. It's like $25 to $35 million.
Okay.
So we'd be a base fee based on that, and then the duration of that over a 3-year period.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And how do we get more information regarding that?
Yeah, so we'll pop up our contact information at the end of this.
Okay.
Also on the email invitation that you received, that should have our contact info on it as well. So feel free to reach out to us, and one of our team will give you a call back.
And then my last question, we're getting the fees. With EADOC, do we get an assigned IT specialist, or does it just go to a queue, and then an EADOC party would get back to us on the use of, if we have any questions regarding any of the EADOC functions during the course of the project? Is it project specific with a party from EADOC specific to our whole development, or are we going to work with several different management people from EADOC?
So you'll be assigned a primary implementation person. They'll be responsible for setting up your account, doing the training, supporting you during that implementation, and then they're also backed up by a team. So, if that person takes a vacation or is unavailable when you guys have a question, anybody else on the team can support you as well. But during the implementation, you have a key point of contact.
That's only during implementation, correct? Can I just clarify on that? This is Kathleen Halzinski with the Contra Costa Community College District. You're only assigned a person during implementation. Once you're active and working on your project, it just goes into a pool of IT support, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, usually we try and send the request if your key implementer is available at that time. Usually we route to that person first, because obviously they did the implementation. But if they're not available, then it's going to go to anybody else in the pool.
So for those of you that are interested, I'll just throw a comment here, because when I started, I actually did look into and interviewed 3 potential program management, construction management software systems, and I chose EADOC, and actually EADOC was relatively young. But I'll give you a comment that I kept getting, that I got from the other 2, was so you're going to need a full-time project manager during implementation. EADOC was the only one that did not say that to me, because I did not have that. I did not have a full-time project manager that I could assign to this. Basically, it was going to be me. And so Eric, sat down with me and says, we can help you implement this. You do not need a full-time project manager. And this was for Measure H. So they assisted me with Measure H. When we did Measure C, which is a separate account, they just basically rolled over the basics from Measure H, but I set it up myself. I set up all the financials that you've seen. I set up the profile, the divisions, the programs, the projects. I did it myself, basically. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that does. Thank you.
Excellent. So if there's no more questions, I'll go have Javier bring up the last slides there. One of them's a contact us. It's got our contact information on it. There's some of the other colleges. I know some are in education. I see some of you guys are on the call here. Kathleen from Contra Costa are currently using EADOC as well on the education side. And then for more information, we've got send us an email, sales@edocsoftware.com. Or if you're working with an account manager already, feel free to reach out to anybody on the team. Or if you've got a Bentley account manager, you can reach out to them as well. They'll be able to connect you and get you some presentations as well. We'll be sending out an email with this recording for everybody to take a look at. I'd like to thank everybody for taking time today to join our webinar, and we look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you all very much, too. This is Javier.
Oh. And thank you, Javier, very much for taking time to do the presentation this morning.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.